Have you ever felt that frustrating disconnect, your legs pumping strong during a workout, but the second you step onto uneven pavement or pivot around a corner, a terrifying wave of unsteadiness hits like a sucker punch, leaving you gripping for anything solid? If you've powered through countless squats and lunges yet still brace yourself against that nagging fear of a fall, trust me, you're in good company, and it's not your fault. The real culprit isn't weak muscles. It's a glitchy, static-laced signal between your brain and feet that's gotten fuzzy from years of less movement, turning every step into a gamble. But stick with me until the end, because I'm revealing 3 game-changing exercises that don't just build strength. They rewire that hidden connection for rock-solid balance you'll feel instantly, plus a shocking everyday habit that's silently sabotaging it all, so you can finally move through your world with the confidence you deserve. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video, you can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. And more importantly, my friend, you are absolutely not failing at this. Far from it. The reality is that so much of the conventional wisdom we've heard for years about achieving better balance is rooted in a persistent myth that simply doesn't hold up under closer scrutiny. For decades, experts and well-meaning advisors have hammered home the idea that balance issues, especially as we age, boil down primarily to a lack of muscle strength. Sure, building stronger legs and core can help, but that's really only telling half the tale. The deeper, more insidious culprit behind that frustrating unsteadiness many people experience after turning 60 isn't just feeble muscles at all. Instead, it's something far more subtle and overlooked, a hidden layer of static, disrupting the vital communication signals traveling between your brain and your feet. Picture this in a way that might make it click even more vividly, like tuning into your favorite radio station on a long drive. Your legs? They're the robust, high-quality speakers capable of booming out crystal-clear sound with all the power you need. But if the signal beaming from the broadcast tower, your brain, is riddled with interference and crackles of static, no amount of speaker wattage will deliver the full, distortion-free experience. That fuzzy reception is precisely what leaves you feeling rock-solid and confident in one moment, only to suddenly teeter on the edge of a wobble the next, catching you off guard and shaking your trust in your own body. Over time, this static doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It accumulates gradually from the subtle shifts in our daily lives, like spending more hours seated at desks, in front of screens, or lounging in comfortable chairs, and fewer moments engaging in dynamic, purposeful movement. As a result, those once swift and reliable neural pathways start to fade, growing weaker, slower, and less responsive, like a once bustling highway that's slowly overgrown with weeds. But here's the truly empowering and uplifting part of this story. You can clear that static right now, restoring a strong, uninterrupted flow of information that sharpens your stability from the inside out. In this video, I'm going to guide you through 3 straightforward yet profoundly effective exercises, each one meticulously crafted to retrain and revitalize that essential brain-to-feet connection. These aren't your run-of-the-mill workouts aimed at bulking up muscles. They're targeted interventions that act like a direct line to your nervous system, broadcasting a clean, amplified signal to awaken and fortify your body's innate balance mechanism. Think of it as hitting the reset button on your internal wiring, fostering a renewed dialogue between your mind and body that feels intuitive and reliable once more. So let's roll up our sleeves, take a deep breath, and dive right in. Your steadier steps are just moments away. We'll kick things off with our first exercise, aptly named the tandem stance. At first glance, this might strike you as deceptively basic, almost too simple to make a real difference, but don't let its unassuming nature fool you. In truth, it's one of the most potent tools we have for systematically dismantling that built-up static in your brain-to-foot signaling pathway, layer by layer. What makes it so remarkably effective lies in its clever design. It intentionally maneuvers your body into an unfamiliar and demanding posture that demands heightened awareness and adaptation. By slashing your base of support to a razor-thin line, essentially mimicking the precarious narrowness of a tightrope, you're not just testing your physical equilibrium. You're issuing a direct neurological summons to your brain. In this setup, you're compelling your central nervous system to abandon those ingrained, autopilot habits that have grown complacent and sloppy over time. Habits that once kept you steady but now muffle the finer details of feedback from your body. Instead, you're inviting it to tune in afresh to the intricate symphony of sensory inputs. The countless microscopic signals pulsing up from the thousands of nerve endings embedded in the soles of your feet, the subtle shifts in your ankles, and the proprioceptive whispers from your joints telling you exactly where you are in space. It's akin to cranking up the volume on a faint, distant whisper during a noisy gathering, allowing the details to emerge sharp and clear. This deliberate disruption is the vital inaugural step in rousing and fine-tuning your body's built-in GPS, that sophisticated network of sensors and processors that silently orchestrates your posture and gait every waking second. Without it humming at full capacity, those jarring, out-of-the-blue surges of instability can sneak up on you, turning a simple stroll into a source of anxiety. But with a tandem stance, you're laying the groundwork to preempt them, rebuilding a foundation of trust in every step you take. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Before we get into the flow of the movement itself, let's pause for a moment on something that's utterly non-negotiable: your safety. As you'll see being demonstrated right here on screen, we always approach these exercises with caution as our steadfast guardian, ensuring every second feels secure and empowering rather than daunting. So, scout out a spot in your home that's rock solid and forgiving, a long, straight corridor where you can easily reach out to steady yourself against both walls if needed, the space sandwiched between 2 hefty dining tables or armchairs that won't budge, or even the trusty expanse beside your kitchen counter with its familiar, graspable edge. The key is proximity to something unyielding and dependable that you can hold on to without hesitation. Think of it as your personal safety net, always within arm's reach. No wobbling furniture or slippery surfaces allowed. We're building confidence here, not testing limits recklessly. With that sorted, let's ease into it together, moving with intention, patience, and a gentle rhythm that honors where your body is today. Position yourself squarely in the heart of your chosen support zone, feet hip-width apart for that initial grounded feel. Now, with a soft exhale, shift your weight ever so slightly and slide your right foot forward, aligning it precisely in front of your left, like queuing up for a conga line, but with laser focus. Take a glance downward to verify your setup. The heel of that forward right foot should nestle snugly against the outermost tips of your left toes, forming a seamless, straight line as if you're perched atop a slender balance beam or a chalk-drawn tightrope on the floor. Your body should form a single file chain from heel to crown, no gaps or overlaps. At the outset, anchor your hands lightly but securely on your nearby supports. Perhaps one palm flat against a wall or counter, the other hovering ready for backup. There's no rush. Breathe into this alignment, letting your shoulders soften away from your ears. Right away, you'll sense how this configuration throws a subtle yet insistent gauntlet at your stability. It's like flipping a switch that illuminates the hidden mechanics of your posture. Pay close attention to the quiet symphony unfolding beneath you. Those delicate, often forgotten muscles in the arches of your feet and along the sides of your ankles springing to life, contracting and releasing in rapid, tiny pulses to counter even the faintest sway. You'll feel a gentle quiver or hum, perhaps a warmth spreading through your lower legs as your nervous system ramps up. This is the magic we set out to ignite, the raw, unfiltered conversation between your feet's sensory scouts and your brain's command center, looping in real-time data to make split-second corrections. Your brain isn't just passively observing. It's hustling, dispatching fresh directives down the neural highways and eagerly awaiting the echoes back up, all to maintain that upright poise. Embrace this sensation without judgment. It's proof positive of progress, the very essence of what we're nurturing here. Hold steady for a few breaths, then we'll build from there, but for now, revel in this awakening. You're already tuning the dial clearer than you realize. When you sense that your balance is holding steady, truly feeling grounded and secure in that moment, take a gentle, deliberate step forward by releasing your grip on the support for just one fleeting second. This isn't about pushing your limits or risking a tumble. It's purely an opportunity to gently probe and assess the resilience of your equilibrium. The essence here is exploration, not endurance. Testing the waters of your stability without diving in headfirst. Should you notice even the slightest wobble or sway, celebrate it as a profound victory. That subtle shift is invaluable feedback, a clear indicator that your brain is dynamically adjusting its internal algorithms, fine-tuning its responses in real time, while your neural pathways are lighting up with the precise signals needed for coordination. Without hesitation, return your hands to the support if that instinctive pull arises. There's no rush, no judgment, just a safe return to center. Keep in mind that the true north of this practice isn't an unattainable pose of flawless, statue-like immobility right here and now. Instead, embrace the journey of honing the skill of self-correction, the subtle, intuitive adjustments that build unshakable confidence over time. Sustain this exploratory hold for a mindful span of 15 to 30 seconds, breathing evenly and observing the sensations without forcing outcomes. Once that interval feels complete, transition with intention and care. Lower your lifted foot back to the ground, then methodically reverse the stance by sliding your left foot forward to take the lead position in front of the right. Mirror the entire sequence on this opposite side, allowing your body to absorb the symmetry of the experience. Committing to merely 2 or 3 such intentional, undistracted rounds per side each day forms a remarkably potent and transformative foundation. It's not an overwhelming regimen, but a consistent ritual that steadily purges the static from your sensory feedback loops, methodically reconstructing that bedrock of equilibrium you can truly rely on. With this groundwork laid, having begun to sharpen the clarity of signals rising from your feet, it's a natural progression to turn our attention upward, toward recalibrating the subtle, masterful navigator within, your body's innate directional guide. Nestled deep within the delicate architecture of your inner ear lies this vital mechanism, known as the vestibular system, a sophisticated sensory network that acts as your personal gyroscope, tirelessly detecting even the faintest cues of movement, tracking the precise tilt and rotation of your head, and mapping your position within the vast expanse of space around you. When this intricate system falters or underperforms, perhaps from disuse, age, or subtle disruptions, it can manifest as a disorienting whirl of vertigo or a nagging sense of precariousness, especially during simple actions like pivoting to glance over your shoulder, regardless of how robust your lower body might feel. To directly target and fortify this essential compass, we now introduce the single-leg stance paired with deliberate head turns, an exercise meticulously crafted to provoke and empower this vestibular powerhouse. At its core, how does this sequence achieve such targeted efficacy? By first establishing a controlled layer of inherent wobbliness through the single-leg perch, you simulate the unpredictable demands of everyday motion. Then, incorporating those measured head rotations introduces a clever disruption. It momentarily sidelines your vision, that ever-reliable fallback your brain habitually leans on like an overused safety net, compelling it to step back from dominating the balance equation. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. In this recalibrated dynamic, your central nervous system is compelled to amplify and integrate the 2 cornerstone inputs with laser-like precision. The tactile, proprioceptive whispers from the sole of your planted foot anchoring you to the earth, and the vestibular dispatches from your inner ear charting your orientation amid the shift. This orchestrated interplay isn't just effective, it's profoundly efficient, forging sharper, swifter neural dialogues between these systems. The payoff? A marked enhancement in your reflexive response speed, coupled with a tangible diminishment of those unwelcome spells of lightheadedness or spatial disarray that strike when you casually swivel to check something in your periphery. As with every phase of this progression, prioritize safety as your unwavering ally. Position yourself beside a reliable anchor point, a solid chair, a countertop, or any unyielding surface that offers a firm grasp within easy reach. Begin with your feet aligned at a comfortable hip-width distance, fostering that initial broad base of stability. Gradually transfer your body weight onto your right leg, distributing it evenly through the heel, ball, and toes for optimal grounding. As confidence builds in this shifted posture, elevate your left foot a mere inch or 2 from the floor. Nothing dramatic, just enough to engage the challenge. Maintain a soft, micro-bend in the knee of your supporting leg to absorb any micro-vibrations and promote fluidity, all while keeping your supportive hand lightly connected to your chosen anchor. Your immediate objective in this setup is simply to attune to and secure a reliable equilibrium on that solitary leg, a quiet negotiation between muscle memory and mindful presence. Now, we arrive at the pivotal element that elevates this into vestibular territory. With your torso remaining as composed and upright as possible, initiate an exquisitely languid turn of your head to gaze toward your right shoulder. Allow the motion to unfold like a slow exhale, deliberate, fluid, and devoid of any abrupt snaps or haste. Then, with equal gentleness, guide your gaze back to the neutral center before mirroring the arc to peer toward your left shoulder. Each transition should whisper rather than shout, emphasizing control over conquest. In that instant, you'll likely perceive an immediate surge of activity, a vigilant hum, emanating from your ankle and the arch of your foot, as they rally with heightened acuity to preserve your poise. Revel in this sensation. It's the golden hallmark of progress, the tangible echo of your brain and vestibular apparatus engaging in that deep, purposeful exchange we've been cultivating. Should the whole endeavor feel daunting or expose raw edges of vulnerability at first, that's not only expected, It's the very testament to how ripe this pathway is for nurturing. Your body is whispering its readiness for growth, inviting you to persist with patience and persistence. Start with smaller, more subtle head turns to build your comfort gradually. The primary objective here isn't to dramatically swivel your head all the way over your shoulder. That can come later once you've gained more assurance. Instead, focus on just initiating the motion gently, a slight rotation that challenges your vestibular system without overwhelming it. This subtle action helps to gently prod the neural pathways responsible for coordinating your balance, encouraging them to fire more reliably. As you become increasingly confident in your stability, experiment by briefly releasing your grip on the chair's armrest for a second or two, allowing your body to test its own equilibrium in isolation. Strive for 3 to 5 of these slow, intentional turns to each side, moving with the precision of a mindfulness practice rather than rushing through them. Once you've completed your set, ease your right foot back down to the floor with deliberate care, ensuring a smooth transition that doesn't disrupt the progress you've just made. Pause for a brief moment to catch your breath and recenter yourself, then shift your weight smoothly to stand on your left leg, mirroring the setup from before. Chair at your side, right foot lifted and tucked behind your left knee. Repeat the full sequence on this side: the initial weight shift, the controlled balance hold, and those exploratory head turns. This bilateral approach ensures you're addressing symmetry in your body's responses, preventing any one-sided adaptations that could lead to imbalances elsewhere. Beyond just honing your physical balance, these single leg stands with head movements serve a deeper purpose. They systematically rebuild the psychological assurance that allows you to pivot your gaze and scan your surroundings freely, all without that persistent, underlying dread of a sudden tip or stumble. It's about reclaiming that effortless freedom of movement that might have felt lost amid the fog of unsteadiness. At this point, we've methodically roused the sensory feedback loops in your feet, those vital ground contact detectors that feed essential data upward to your nervous system, and we've fine-tuned your vestibular compass, the inner ear's gyroscope that orients you in space. With these foundational elements now humming more harmoniously, we're ready to integrate everything into a cohesive whole. Enter our culminating exercise, tandem walking. This dynamic drill harnesses the revitalized signals from your feet and inner ear, compelling them to synchronize seamlessly as you propel yourself forward through space. Consider tandem walking the pinnacle of our progression because it meticulously replicates the nuanced, split-second demands of daily navigation. Whether you're threading through a tight apartment hallway lined with furniture, weaving past fellow shoppers in a bustling grocery aisle, or gingerly picking your way across a garden path pocked with roots and stones. Why does this matter so profoundly? Stationary exercises are valuable for isolation, but ambulatory ones like this illuminate the true complexity of locomotion. Walking isn't a static pose. It's an ongoing symphony of data exchange among your proprioceptive feet, the fluid-filled canals of your inner ear, and the integrative power of your brainstem and cerebellum. With every stride, your body confronts a fresh equilibrium perturbation, a micro-challenge that demands instantaneous recalibration to avoid drift or fall. Through the disciplined heel-to-toe cadence of tandem walking, you're not merely practicing steps. You're imprinting a sophisticated algorithm into your motor cortex. This trains your brain to foresee potential disruptions, to dampen oscillations before they amplify, transforming those once hesitant, fragmented footfalls into a unified, gliding continuum of motion. In essence, you're performing a neural firmware update, empowering your central nervous system to ingest and act on proprioceptive and vestibular inputs instantaneously. This real-time processing is the linchpin of innate, unthinking poise, the kind that lets you traverse life's terrain with the quiet certainty of autopilot. Here, in this synthesis, we forge an enduring self-trust that permeates beyond the practice mat. Of course, throughout this journey, safety is non-negotiable, the unyielding cornerstone of every repetition. As illustrated in the demonstration, execute tandem walking parallel to a sturdy wall or within the confines of a hallway, where uninterrupted support is mere inches away. This isn't about dependency. Envision the wall as a vigilant ally, a subtle tactile anchor you can graze with your fingertips at the first hint of sway, providing just enough proprioceptive reassurance to recenter without halting your momentum. It's a strategic buffer, not a crutch, allowing you to push your edges while honoring your limits. With safeguards in place, let's embark on the walk itself. Root yourself in an upright posture, elongate your spine, draw your shoulder blades gently together and down, and fix your gaze forward along the horizon line, resisting the urge to drop your eyes to monitor each foot placement. This forward focus is paramount because it cultivates reliance on your innate somatosensory cues, the subtle vibrations and pressures from your soles, over visual overcompensation, which can actually fragment your overall coordination. Initiate your lead step by positioning the heel of your forward foot precisely against the ball of your trailing foot's toes, evoking the poised tension of a tightrope traverser's first advance. Embrace a tempo that's languid and purposeful, each phase of the gait unfolding with mindful deliberation rather than haste. Attune yourself to the full sensory arc of the step. The initial heel's grounded impact absorbing shock, the fluid mid-foot roll distributing weight evenly across the arch, and the explosive toe-off that propels you onward with elastic efficiency. Following each placement, institute a fleeting pause, a breath's worth of stillness, to audit your stability, confirming that your center of gravity remains squarely over your base before committing to the subsequent stride. Should instability arise, a feather-light touch to the wall suffices. It recalibrates without shame, a momentary recalibration that propels you forward stronger. Precision eclipses velocity every time. This isn't a race but a ritual of refinement. With each impeccably executed step, you're dispatching an unequivocal directive to your neural networks, etching the ideal kinematic blueprint deeper into long-term memory. Proceed for roughly 5 to 10 such steps along your designated path, covering ground methodically. Upon reaching the terminus, pivot with exaggerated caution, utilizing the wall as both pivot point and stabilizer, and retrace your route in reverse, upholding the same heel-to-toe fidelity. Remarkably, even a solitary or duo traversal of this corridor, infused with unwavering concentration, yields exponentially greater functional carryover to authentic scenarios than a protracted bout of rote, uninspired drills. This targeted specificity is the alchemy that transmutes deliberate rehearsal into the zenith of skill acquisition, unconscious competence, where balance becomes as reflexive as respiration. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. In summation, you've now assimilated the triad of cornerstone maneuvers designed to overhaul your innate equilibratory architecture. The tandem stance, which galvanizes your somatosensory GPS by amplifying foot-derived spatial intel. The unilateral perch augmented by cephalic rotations, which realigns your labyrinthine compass for multidirectional poise. And the tandem promenade, which orchestrates these elements into a symphony of ambulatory mastery, vanquishing the unpredictabilities of veritable terrain. Heed this foundational axiom we've unpacked today. That pervasive sense of disequilibrium you contend with probably stems less from atrophied musculature and more from degraded fidelity in the bidirectional dialogue between your central command center and peripheral sensors. These protocols intervene at the crux, fortifying that conduit with targeted stimuli that bypass superficial fixes. To address a pair of perennial inquiries that arise. Firstly, what cadence of practice yields optimal results? The ethos here favors steadfast regularity over sporadic exertion. Dedicating a mere 5 minutes of laser-focused engagement daily, woven seamlessly into your morning ritual or evening wind-down, will engender profound, enduring neural remodeling far surpassing the fleeting gains from a solitary, exhaustive weekly marathon. Anchor it to an indelible habit anchor, akin to the automaticity of dental hygiene, and watch adherence flourish. Secondly, and perhaps most reassuringly, what if these drills provoke pronounced wavering? Embrace this as the exercise's profoundest gift. Oscillation isn't indictment, it's illumination, the tangible evidence of your neuroplasticity in action, as your higher centers labor diligently to sift signal from noise, forging robust, recalibrated linkages. Lean into your aids unapologetically, attune to your somatic whispers, and surrender to the inexorable arc of adaptation. Every quiver chronicles a conquest, a testament to resilience encoded in your very physiology. Your form is an exquisite engine of renewal, primed for recalibration at any juncture along the timeline. The agency to reclaim solidity, sanctuary, and swagger, within the familiar contours of your abode or amid the vibrant flux of external pursuits, resides unequivocally within you. By internalizing these principles and committing to their enactment, you've etched the inaugural, indelible stride toward unshakable resolve. And there you have it, your roadmap to reclaiming that rock-solid balance you've been missing, all by tuning up the signals between your brain and body. Take a deep breath, stand a little taller, and feel the difference already starting to build. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one key lesson that stood out to you today? Maybe it's the power of the tandem stance to wake up your internal GPS, or how wobbling is actually a win in disguise. Drop it in the comments below, what you'll take away and put into practice starting right now to feel steadier in your daily life. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more simple, science-backed ways to stay strong and steady as you age. Thanks for joining me. See you in the next one.